In this survey, the game Mafia World had been taken as the research subject. This survey link was posted and spread in numerous ways, namely by word of mouth, Lawyer.net, Facebook profile page, and Mafia World blog. This survey was conducted for the last 2 weeks, and 107 people across the country and internationally had participated. The participation comprised of 76% males and 24% females. The ratio was around 3 to 1. With regards to the occupation attribute, the majority for Mafia World players were mostly students, representing 59% of the overall participation figures. This was followed by players who were employed part-time and full-time, who contributed a total of 34% to the findings. The remaining belongs to the unemployed, which is 5%, homemakers and retired, which is 1% respectively. According to a statistical analysis, 85% of the players never use real money to purchase in-game credit, while the remaining 50% have done this before. This chart shows how much they spend buying in-game credit each month. The majority of the respondents spend between 10 to 50 USD dollar a month, whereas money spent below 10 USD dollar came in second place. In a further analysis, it appeared that among players who spent real money on in-game credits came from the full-time employed group, contributing 75% to the overall spender figures. Players that are employed full-time seems to have fixed income and strong purchasing power. Hence, it allowed them to spend as they wish. The remaining numbers belong to the students, those who were employed part-time, and retirees. Among these three groups of people, they do not seem to have any fixed income. According to NIE research title as shown, he has identified 5-factor model of user motivation, namely achievement, relationship, immersion, escapism, and manipulation, explaining the reason of the attractiveness of online environment. Moreover, he stated that male players are more affected by the factor of achievement and manipulation factor. Using his reasoning, some modifications have been made to suit the social network games environment and its relation to the buying behavior of the players in social network games. At the same time, this survey plays a role to prove if his conclusion can be also applied to social network games rather than just MMORPGs. To start off the first factor, achievement, a question was asked, namely, would the players spend real money to purchase in-game credits for the reason of advancing to the next level faster than usual? The result appeared to be very convincing, with 46.23% agreeing with it. This was followed by neutral response with 42.45%. Nevertheless, there are a small portion of which the respondents disagree on this issue. It is assumed that spending on such items will spoil the fun of the game. Since the game is free, it is not necessary to spend hard-earned money on such virtual items. Here comes the next issue. Are male players really motivated by the achievement factor in terms of spending behavior on social network games? Referring to the table above, among the male players, 52.5% were motivated to spend on in-game credit for the purpose of allowing them to advance to the next level. 37.5% of the male respondents chose the neutral decision. From this point, it could be claimed that NIE's conclusion on the achievement factors are achievable. Next, manipulation comes into play now. Since Mafia World is all about fighting, robbing, and hit listing game, a lot of groups have been created. Players join different Mafia groups and tag their group initial after their name as shown for the purpose of fighting. Some might be alliance or enemy. For the factor to dominate other groups, 34.9% of the respondents agree that they would spend their money to buy in-game credit, while 18.87% disagree, and the remaining answer neutral. The second test of NIE conclusion would be, were male players really motivated by the manipulation factor when it comes to the spending behavior on social networks games? Surprisingly, most of the male players had chosen neutral compared to agreeing on the fact. However, the difference were insignificant, with only 6.25%, which is approximately 7 people in difference, which could still be considered that male players were derived to spend more when it comes to dominating other players in the game. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your precious time.